Hello and welcome to zedreviews special edition. This time I'm going to rank and group together the 14 entries into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, like I said, we've had 14 up to this point, and I just started doing reviews, so this is giving me my first rankings of these movies, and I've split them into four groups: the bad, the ones I didn't really like, the average, the ones that kind of were okay and kind of sit in the middle. I enjoy watching, but didn't really bother me too much. The great, which was a collection of movies I thought were above average and very good in this world. And then we have the standalones. I have three movies you'll see towards the end of this video that really stand above the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'll tell you why each of these movies belong in this particular category. So jumping right in, so this is not too long of a video. The bad four. So the bad four you'll see here. I have Iron Man 2, which I rank as the worst. It's number 14. It's number 14 for a reason. It wasn't good. Mickey Rourke was terrible. I don't think I need to say too much about Iron Man 2 that has not been said. Thor: The Dark World. I like Thor, but I don't like Malekith. Malekith, is that his name? Yeah. Malekith. Malekith was terrible. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. It really just was there to take a dump all over Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Not good. Literally the only reason one of the biggest reasons I watched that movie was so I could continue watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was really weird. That was really strange what Marvel did to kind of infuse those two. Oh, go watch Thor: The Dark World, or the rest of this season won't make sense. I thought that was stupid. That contributed to it being number 13. Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, a lot of you are going to be surprised that Age of Ultron is this far down in my list, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Because I was very excited for the trailer. I thought this was going to be a keystone Marvel movie. This one was going to be the big one. It was going to be the strong one. Age of Ultron is going to be awesome. He's going to be a badass. And it fell flat. It was not good. And it was not good because I felt cheated. I felt robbed because this movie was it was bad. It I was promised a darker, more sinister villain to this Marvel franchise. I was really excited because I like to see a good, strong, bad villain. And he just became a joking robot with a bunch of little robot clones for the Avengers to punch over and over repeatedly. I hate it. I hate Age of Ultron. It belongs down here in the bottom. If it didn't have all the fun Avengers characters, it would have been last. It was very close to being last. I had to debate what to put behind it. And then I have the Incredible Hulk here at 12. It was boring. Abomination was weird. I don't care about any of those characters. Very few of them came back. It was just really forgettable. And therefore, it ended up in the bad section. So these four were the especially bad movies in this Marvel Cinematic Universe. Moving on, we're getting into the top 10 now, so we're going to go with the average movies, the ones that are not very offensive and that I still enjoy to rewatch to this day, and that's Captain America, the first Captain America, Iron Man 3, Ant-Man, and Thor. Captain America slotting in at 10. It was okay. I was not bothered at all by it. I could forget a lot of it. It was a little 1920s-y for the most part. Uh, Not too much I can say about it. Fairly fun. I love Hugo Weaving as Red Skull, but he killed him off real quickly, and I don't think he's dead, but I haven't seen him since, so I'm considering him dead. And I love Hugo Weaving, so the loss of Hugo Weaving in this universe bothers me a little bit. And then we move on to Iron Man 3, which I don't think was as bad as people make it out to be. But, I mean, obviously it had that Mandarin turn that pissed a lot of people off. I didn't read a whole lot of Iron Man comics, so I was not bothered. I thought the twist was kind of cool. I thought the whole terrorism thing was kind of neat. Final battle was pretty good. All the performances were decent, so it was average to me, which is why it's going to slot in at number 9. Slotting in at number 8 was the surprise of this group, which was Ant-Man. I had zero expectations for Ant-Man. I thought it was going to be stupid. I thought that's where Marvel would finally fall and start the downturn. Turned out the Age of Ultron. But Ant-Man was very surprising to me because it was really fun. It was really good. It was almost, if Ant-Man didn't show back up, it would have been a bottle movie, which would have been really neat. Ant-Man was a blast. Paul Rudd's fun. It was just fun. I mean, it's not Guardians fun, but it was fun. And then we get to Thor here at number 7. A lot of people don't like Thor. A lot of people don't like Thor. But I like Thor. I thought the movie was fun. Another smashes the glass on the ground. That was great. Natalie Portman was fun. Kat Dennings was good. The Doctor led into the Avengers, so it fed the Avengers better than most of these movies kind of pieced together. I thought it fed the Avengers very well. Loki, yeah, the introduction of Loki. This was Loki at his best. So that, just those things alone, put Thor solidly in the top 10 for me. It's not quite great, but I enjoyed it a lot. And now we're going to move into the great section. So we're getting we're getting into the top 5. I threw the 6th in there because I consider it like a 5A almost. So here's our great section, and you'll see Doctor Strange slotting in at 6. You might have just seen my review on Doctor Strange. I thought it was surprisingly good. I knew nothing about Doctor Strange, but I really enjoyed the film, and I was slotting it in just below the Avengers. I couldn't put it within myself to put it above the Avengers, but really fun. And of course, you start the top 5 out with the Avengers. A lot of people put this as their number 1, but I didn't think the Avengers was as great as people make it out to be, but it was very good. It was a great movie, not the top, but there's not too much more I can say about the Avengers. The Avengers was great, it was fun, colorful. It was Joss Whedon doing Joss Whedon things before, he was completely broken and beaten down by Avengers Age of Ultron. Next, Captain America Civil War. We're getting into the Russo brothers territory. And Civil War was really good. I didn't put it in the elites because I had some issues with it, namely the humor. I thought the humor was a little much, and I thought the reasons they put Stark and Rogers against each other were a little weird. Got to the whole parents thing. They almost had their own Martha moment with "You killed my mom" or "He killed my mom." It was almost a Martha moment. It wasn't quite as bad. The only reason that we consider Civil War that much better than Batman v Superman is because of the time we spent with these characters and the colorful, happy nature. I'm convinced of that because Screen Junkies have pointed out, a lot of people point out they're very similar. Very similar movies, but Civil War we spent more time with the characters and a lot of people like the colors. So really, it's a really, really good movie. I put it above the Avengers. I enjoyed it more than the Avengers movie that put above Doctor Strange, but not quite elite. Now we're gonna get to the Elite Three, the standalones, the ones so far that have made a big enough impression to me to warrant their own section. We're gonna start out with number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was a phenomenal surprise. No one saw this coming. Everyone was like, what the hell are Guardians of the Galaxy? I don't know anything about this. There were like 3 people that read the comics, and I've talked to people that don't like Guardians of the Galaxy because they've read the comics. But that's an extreme minority. It was a lot of fun. It was a blast. Chris Pratt was great. Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper. They all worked together so well, so well. It was a phenomenon. It was a surprise. I can't say enough about Guardians. And at number 2, this is going to reveal number 1 to you, but number 2, I put Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This movie was a spy thriller, better than I'd say 2 out of the last 4 Bond movies. It was a spy thriller better than a few of the Mission Impossible movies. It was a spy thriller that happened to have a superpowered guy at the helm. And Captain America, until Civil War, was not that superpowered. So this was kind of this was a very grounded Marvel movie. Because none of the characters had that much power. You had Bucky with his metal arm and his strength like Cap, but it wasn't. We're not talking Thor or Iron Man blasting people or Hulk being Hulk. We're not talking mystical stuff here. We're talking basically 2 dudes on steroids. And then Cap trying to get his friend to remember him. This was still reasonable to believe that he really wanted to hang out with Bucky again. He wanted Bucky to remember him because Bucky was evil, really evil in this movie. Robert Redford was in Winter Soldier and put a great performance in as a bad guy. That was incredible, and it's one of these 3 Marvel movies that stands alone, and I can really say were fantastic. And of course, number 1, the original, the OG Marvel movie, Iron Man. Iron Man, I can't say enough about. It was the beginning of the Marvel movies. It was the resurgence of Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. came back with the perfect role for him. He was a terrible person to start the movie, and then redeemed himself later on and said, I want to protect the world now instead of destroying it. Still made some Stark weapons, but he fought his lifelong friend and partner, played by Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges was fantastic in it. It was the beginning of everything. It's not just nostalgia. It was the best. The best of the 3. Had the best story, had the best progression, and you really saw. And Robert Downey Jr. shined the most in this movie. So it started getting a little over the top with the jokes and the wisecracks later on, but this was the beginning. We spawned a couple crappy Iron Man movies and probably more to come, but that original, it stands alone, and it's still the best MCU movie. But Winter Soldier and Guardians are hot on their heels. Thought about moving each of those 2 above it, but I just couldn't do it. And so I'll show it to you here once again, our final rankings, with Iron Man up at the top, Iron Man 2 up at the bottom, which bookended by Iron Man's. And I'm going to finish this video with like, subscribe, share, get other people to watch this. Maybe we go from 2 to 4 to 8. Someday maybe I'll get into double digits. And I wanted to finish the video by saying that Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 are still better than all these MCU movies. Thanks and have a good day.